Hey guys, welcome back. I'm going to level with you. I just recorded this whole video for 40 minutes, and it turns out my mic was muted the whole time. So, yeah, forgive me if I seem a bit rambly in this one. So today I'm just going to go through all of the G1 toy line, talk about if I've done specific like what characters I've done, what characters I haven't done, what characters I'm going to remake models of, because I've had some questions recently about remaking models, and my general rule of thumb for it is I don't remake them unless I've done like an atrocious job with the original. I try and stick to making new characters because I've spent all my time remaking old ones and I'll never get anything new done. But I have made a couple remakes recently, so I thought I'd talk through what ones I might consider remaking, what ones I'm going to hold off until other toy line, stuff like that. But I thought we'll start with G1 just because that's what I've seen most people have interest in recently when it comes to my stuff. So I'm on Transformers Land. This is where I get most of my reference images. If you go on there and have a look through whatever toy line I'm doing, you might be able to actually see what characters I'm doing because I kind of work off their lists. Let's see. We'll start with whatever order they have it in. So first up's all the combiners. So the aerial bots, I probably won't redo anything unless I start doing combiner wars because they have some pretty unique looks to them. So for combiner wars, they might get new models. That's the same for Bruticus. I think he's probably the best at most of my combiners. So he'd only get new models if it was like Age of the Primes or Combiner Wars. Other than that, I don't want to go back and redo G1s. Devastator. I'm not amazingly happy with how Devastator is. I might redo him honestly, but I'm also doing the G2 variants, so I might do them first, and the new models. I'll make new models for them, and then I'll go back into G1 maybe. Honestly, I don't really know. He's not very high on my list to do just because I've done a lot of Devastator recently from doing the Revenge of the Fallen one not long ago. I'm a bit bored of doing different. I'm a bit bored of construction vehicles in general because I've done a lot of construction vehicles as well recently. So I'm trying to broaden what models I'm doing. I don't like to do a lot of the same alt modes back to back. We have the Predacons. I have done them. I did them early, but I'm happy with them. If I remember, like these were some of my first looks into beast modes, and it came off a lot better than Monstructor, not and Abominus. So it's a lot better than that. So I don't think I'll redo them directly, but I might do newer versions of them in different toy lines. Monstructor I'm definitely redoing because I based them off the IDW version. At the time I didn't know how to do, I didn't have an idea of how I'd do like Pretenders. So now what I do for Pretenders is I'll make the shell normally, where it's just normal bot that can transform. And I'll make the, oh sorry I've messed that up completely. I'll make the core a separate, like just a normal bot that can transform, and I'll redesign the shell so that it can transform as well, similar to how they did it in Legacy. So when I made Monstructor originally, he was based on the IDW version, so I'll definitely go back and redo him with how I do the Pretenders now. That would be all 6. The Protectobots I redid partially for the G2 versions, so I might retool the G2 versions into G1. The Piranacons I'm happy with. I'll redo them I'll recolor them into whatever color variants they have, but in terms of remaking, I'm not going to do them. I think they're fine the way they are. The Stunticons also got retooled for the G2 version, so I'll probably recolor them into the G1 at some point. The Technobots I kind of want to redo, mostly because I'm not too happy with how the Technobots turned out. I was happy at the time, but when I look at them now, I don't think they hold up to modern standards. I don't, like to my standards at least, I don't think they hold up. So I might redo them as well. You might wait till Commander Wars is on and redo them then. Uh, the Abominus, I'll probably not redo the G1 version, but I might make new battles for Power of the Primes. The Action Masters, I definitely want to redo these because I also didn't complete the Action Masters. A lot of the like the returning characters who became Action Masters have unique designs, like Inferno and Jazz and Optimus Prime. So I'm definitely going to do those in their Action Master colors. And the other ones, they don't like all the Action Master originals. I didn't base their alt modes off of like their original toys. I based them off of what their alt modes are in modern depiction. So like Banzaitron, modernly he's a tank. So I made his G1 version a tank. But when you look at his toy, he doesn't look like he turns into a tank. It's the same with Croc. I turned him into a little hover car because I was trying to figure out what he turned into, and I saw a lot of versions of him that were retooled from Blur art-wise, so I just kind of went off of that. But he should be some kind of like plane, I think, or maybe even like a stealth bomber or something, looking at him, like based off like the Botcon. So I'll redo them at some point. The Action Master partners, like Scorpulator, and who else was there? Push Button, stuff like that, Gator Raider. They're not going to get redone. I'm happy with them. But next time I do a weapon pack, it's looking like I'm going to be making my way down to the Action Masters for that. So some of the stuff like the heli pack or the anti-tank cannon, they might get turned into something. I like the idea of like a sort of synergy between the whole thing, so I might turn stuff like that into target masters, or for like the turbo board and the heli pack, maybe like little mini con things. I might make original designs for them at some point. The Autobot cars, I've done most of them, and I'm redoing some of them now. Like I'm redoing Grapple, Inferno, Hoist. I've done readers of them. I haven't made Boar, Cup, Ironhide, Ratchet, or a proper Skids, so they're gonna have to get remade. I haven't made Trailbreaker either, but that's because I've just done Hunt for the Decepticons Trail Cutter, and he'll be like, so I'm gonna retool him into a G1 Trailbreaker, and he'll be going out in the next G1 pack I do. The rest of them, some of them are getting remade, some of them have been remade, but most of these will probably get updated models because they're just not very. My old ones just are not good at all. The bases, which modern day we know as Titans, they'll get, mostly they're all fine. Metro Blacks and Trepticon are more modern, like for what I've made. I like them. Scorponok and Fort Max are fine enough. I haven't done Omega Supreme, and after doing the Dark Fleet and Tidal Wave, I think I now know how I will do Omega Supreme, which is I'll do one big Omega Supreme model, and then all his components would also be smaller bots. So the rocket would turn into a separate guy, the tank would be a separate guy, and I might do, he has like a big backpack, so that might be a separate guy as well, and then they'd combine into Omega Supreme as a whole. The Battle Chargers I'll probably redo at some point. I'm not happy with how their old models are. The clones, I think the clones are fine. I'm very happy with how the clones look actually for some of my older models. Wingspan's probably the worst out of all of them, but overall, I don't think I'm going to redo these guys. I might do new updated versions for the Power of the Primes version, or for the Titans Return. Whatever they were. And I think they also got released in 2-packs in War for Cybertron, something, one kind of War for Cybertron trilogy toy line. I'll redo them then, but I'm not going to go out my way for G1. Communicators. Soundwave is done, happy with Soundwave. Blaster, I'm making Blaster at some point soon. He's been on the list for a while, and I've been meaning to do him. I always get something else coming up. So Blaster's getting done along with the rest of the cassettes. Decepticon Jets, Cyclonus, I've already made an updated version of him in the Hunt for the Decepticons versions, which I think he was based off of, was that Universe 2 Cyclonus? I think it was Universe 2. It's based off of that toy, which is really just an updated version of the G1, so that's fine. That comes off perfect. So no updated specific G1 version for him. Scourge, I'm happy with modern Scourge. Oh, the Scourge I did a while ago. I think he's fine. But the Seekers, I'm definitely redoing because they were some of the first models I made, and I actually just recolored them off of someone else's Starscream, Skywarp, and Thundercracker. I like all the stuff that guy's done. I can't remember his name off the top of my head. But he doesn't really, like, his stuff doesn't really fit my style, and since then I've redone, like, a lot of the other stuff that I've redone all the models I was using based on his. So when he used, like, a base model or so, I'd use his base model, and then I'd update it. But since then I've made my own bases, so I'm definitely going to update the Seekers. The decoys, if people really want them, I'll do like here's Trailbreaker, but he's only red. I might do them if people really want them, but I'm not going to my way to do them. The deluxe vehicles, Roadbuster and Worrell, I'm not doing G1 versions of them, or updated G1 versions, because I'm saving that for Generations. So they'll get updated in Generations because they're like pretty much just one-to-one faithful updates. The Dinobots, I'll probably update and Power the Primes, just I need to save some stuff for toy ones like that, because Power the Primes has a lot of unique characters in it, while also having, like, returning G1 characters. So I'll save it for then, so I'll have, that's a ways away. Right now I'm not starting any new, like, toy lines or series or anything, so I can finish off the ones I've already done. So I'll save the Dinobots for then, so I can try and finish off G1 faster. The Duocons I've done, I'm happy with them. Flywheels got updated, and I think he was based on the IDW version, so he'll be called Skytrad. Happy with him. I might redo Battletrap to be a triple changer. Not redoing all the models, but just making a new version of Battletrap himself who can triple change. The Headmasters I have done, but I will probably end up redoing a lot of them. 8-Face and Snapdragon are fine. I have to redo the first four, Brainstorm, Chrome Dome, Hardhead, and Highbrow, because I based them off the IDW versions initially, to a point where I included Rewind in that back as well to go with Chrome Dome. So they'll get redone to be the G1 variants along with the heads. Fangry, I'll be doing. Horrible, I'll be doing as well, along with Squeeze Play, because in Japan they got released with different decos and names. So I'll be doing I've made them, so I'll be doing the G1 versions as the retool from the Japanese G1. Hosehead I've done, but I think I haven't done his Headmaster. Mindwipe, I think he's fine, but with a lot of these I have to do the Headmaster still. So Mindwipe, I won't redo him, but I'll do the Headmaster. Nightbeat would be a retool of Minerva. Siren would be a retool of Ghost Shooter. Skullcruncher's fine, but it needs his Headmaster. Squeeze Play, we spoke about him. Weird Wolf I might redo, just because Mindwipe and Skullcruncher is fine. I still reuse that Skullcruncher. I'm shocked. I looked back at that recently, at some of the older ones I've done. I'm shocked how well that alligator was. Honestly, I'm very happy with that. I pretty much used that one for one for when I made the alligator Megatron. I just added a new head and swapped the tail out to be a separate model so it could be the gun. I'm shocked I made it that well. But yeah, Weird Wolf I might redo completely. The Insecticons I'm happy with. The only reason they're getting redone is if I'm doing different toy line versions of them that had different decos. The Jump Starters I think are fine. The Leaders, so Galvatron's fine. Megatron I'm happy with. Rodimus Prime, I want to redo him because the last Rodimus Prime I did, he is the trailer who turns into Rodimus Prime. I'd like to redo him so he is the actual car and is accurate to that version, so I can also have a more size appropriate Rodimus. Because the current one, he kind of scales more like the Kingdom version does, compared to how a normal Rodimus Prime should scale and being more around the size of Optimus. So I'll probably redo him and make the trailer a separate character. The Legends are just the Pretenders with extra stickers. So we'll talk about them when we get to the Pretenders as a whole. I've done most of the Micromasters. Any ones I've done, I won't be redoing unless they get a unique modern toy. Or if they have like a recolor in a different country or something. So all the Japanese recolors of them, they'll get done eventually. But G1 wise, if they're done, that's how they've been done, and that's how they'll. I won't be remaking them. For ones I have to do, just because there's not many of them left, I have to do the Rescue Patrol, who will be retold or recolored from the Japanese versions that I have done already. Rough Stuff, which is little truck with a trailer. The trailer will get a unique model. Skyhopper, the Skyhopper helicopter will get a unique model. Skystalker, and that one has 2 vehicles in it. They'll both get unique models, along with all these have their Micromasters will get models as well. The Sports Car Patrol, that'll get done, and the tanker truck with Pipeline and Gusher, that splits up into 2 models. So there's the rear and front half of the tanker truck. They'll be 2 models that I'll give robot modes to. The mini vehicles, I've just redone a couple of them, but Beachcomber is one I was considering redoing. I'm probably going to hold off until Universe 2 Legends Beachcomber. When I can do him, he'll probably be the updated Beachcomber I have, because the old one isn't atrocious, but he's not amazing. Who else is there? Gears I've done, Hover I've done all the other mini-bots except Tailgate. I skipped over Tailgate at the time because I did IDW Tailgate, but where I am now is, before I wanted to do one unique version of every character. Now I want to just do every unique version of every character. So I will be doing G1 Tailgate at some point. I'll probably use a new mode for that, or a new model for that, and for that, one charger will probably get a version based off of that model as well. Mini cassettes. I've done all of them except Grand Slam and Rain Dance, who combine it Slam Dance. They'll get unique models. Overkill, Rewind, Eject, Rumble. No, I've done Rumble. What am I saying? Slugfest and Steeljaw. And who comes with Blaster? Ramhorn comes with Blaster, so he'll get a model as well. There's a lot of other cassettes from other like toy lines. If I haven't done them, I'll do them at some point. I think there's some ones that are exclusive to Japan who are like dinosaur cassettes who combine. They'll get done, but they won't be with a G1 set. They'll be done when I get to whatever Japanese G1 series they're from. The mini spies, I'll do all of them, but I'm to a point where I'll do all of the molds and I'll do it in all 3 colors, which is blue, white, and yellow. But I won't be doing Autobot and Decepticon variants, most likely. Unless I have a change of heart when I get to them and do one with blue eyes, one with red eyes, I'll probably just do a unique version of every mini spy with color variants. So you'd get the Dune Buggy in blue, white, and yellow, but you're not going to get Decepticon or Autobot Dune Buggies in all 3 colors. The Dune Buggy will probably be a retool of either Buggyman or Hunt for Decepticons Sandtrap. Was that his name? Sandtrap? Sandstorm. They'll probably a retool of one of those. FX1 generic car, so we'll get to it when we get to it. Looking at the vehicle modes, I'll probably do a new I'll have to scroll up and get his name again. I got too many Transformers on mind while working on this. I'll probably do a new Tailgate before him, and they look pretty similar to Tailgate, so they might be retooled into from Tailgate. Jeep would just be from my new Hound, probably, and the Porsche would just be a generic car. The Monster Bots, I'm doing them soon. I have them like penciled in for like not long from now. So Repugnus would be a retool of the Cyberverse Repugnus. The other 2 would be just new models in general. Omnibots would be new models. I'm doing them at some point soon. I've always had Na ticked off in my head as being done, but he hasn't done. I haven't done Na. So I'm doing Na um, at some point. I'll probably have him have different variants, because I know in G1, I know in the movie he had like different damaged versions of like Sharkticons. I don't know if in G1 if they had any different colours for Sharkticons, but if they do, I'll do them. And he's pretty much the same as the Cyberverse, so you can expect him to be retowered into the Cyberverse version. I forgot to mention, this is the other section, so this is just all of the weird guys that don't really get lumped in with anything else. Done Jetfire, and I've also done Skyfire, so that being the cartoon and toy versions, so they're done. Perceptor I need to do, I'll probably do him along with Blaster, just because I grouped them in my head because of the movie. Punch Counter Punch, I've done, but it was very early, and it was before I started doing good alt modes. So he'll get done, he'll probably get a redo. Unless, I can never remember this, but I know, I want to say it was Universe 2, where they made a really good Sunstreaker, or Sideswipe, who got retold into Sunstreaker. I can never remember if this was somebody talking about how it should have been done, or if it was talking about how it was done. And I'll have to double check, because I've been meaning to check, and I always just think in my head that I just watched like a TJ Omega video where he talked about wanting a Punch Counter Punch remade from that mode. Because it has 2 robot modes and 1 alt mode. It would be the perfect thing. If that didn't get made, I'm making it regardless, just because I think it's just a great idea for like just toy wise for how it was, and such a good concept for that character. I want to hold out hope that they did it, but I honestly can't remember off the top of my head if that was an actual, like, it would have been BotCon if they did it, but I can't remember if that actually got done, because I think BotCon did something with that mold. But Reflector I've done, Shockwave, Skylynx is getting done, and I'll do him along with Skyrain, who's his combiner variant. I don't know if any of the combiner guys from Skyrain will be getting new models, but some of the G1 guys in Combiner Wars were unique enough where I would probably do them unique at some point. The Time Warrior Watch Melee exclusive, that ain't getting done. It's the first one so far that has been a direct no. Done Ultra Magnus and Rekgar, that's the end of the other. So Power Dashers, doing the Power Dashers at some point. I'll also be doing the Siege versions of them, or was that the War for Cybertron trilogy versions? They'll be getting done as well, but we'll probably get to the G1 versions first, because right now I'm really trying not to start any new toy lines for making models of. I'm trying to finish off existing ones, just so we don't have this stuff like RID that's been sitting around for the better part of a year and a half, and it's almost done. I've just not got around to finishing it. So I'm trying to stop working on new sets and finish existing ones. So they'll get done, probably the G1 versions first at some point. I've done all the Power Masters, and along with all the engines. And I've also done all the Japanese versions of them as well. So all of the God Masters are done, all of the Power Masters are done, so yeah, no need to do any of them. And they're not getting updates because they're really recent as well, and I'm very happy with how they all came out. Pretenders, I'll be doing all the Pretenders, and like I said with Monstructor, they will be Core Robot, who turns into like just normal robot to whatever vehicle it is, and then Pretender Shell, I'll be retooling to have an alt mode, and that will be able to go for when I did the Japanese Pretenders, I can't remember if they had specific names there. I think they were just Pretenders. When I did Blood and the other two, which I forget the name of, they went for like their alt modes their shell alt mode stuck to like an updated version of the core alt modes. So I might do it like that, where, for instance, Bludgeon turns into a tank, but his shell turns into like an upgraded tank. That could be cool. But I'll definitely be doing all of them. For the Bomb Burst, Skullgrin, and Submarauder will all be retooled from their Japanese G1 versions that I've already done. For that as well, Bumblebee, Grimlock, Jazz, and Starscream. They'll all be retooled. Their cores will be original, but their shells will be original, but their cores will be retooled from whoever they're from. So Bumblebee from a Bumblebee, Jazz from a Jazz, Grimlock probably from Classics Grimlock, and Starscream I do whenever I've done a new Starscream. Another one for recolors is Thunderwing would be retooled from what was his name? I know the other one's Blue Bacchus. Who was he? I want to say Black Zarak, but that wasn't right. Black Shadow. And who's the other guy? Crossblades from Blue Bacchus. And that would go the same for the cores for them, I think. Maybe not Crossblades, because I'm looking at that core, and that isn't very similar to the Blue Bacchus core I used before. I think I based that more on the animation model. The sex changes I've done Six Shot and Great Shot as well. I've done Quick Switch and Sixth Night along with it. And I've also done quick switches. In a comic, there was a purple version who was a Decepticon. I've done that one as well. So I've done all of the sex changers. I've even done already Megatron. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that's every sex changer done. Sparkabots and Firecons are done, but I'll be doing their different toy lines of them. I think Euro G1, G2, Japanese G1. They all got retooled or repainted in that, so I'll be redoing them, and I'll be repainting them, or recoloring them, sorry, for whatever regional or toy line versions they have. Target Master is a bit tricky because I've done a lot of the models before, but I haven't done specifically the G1 versions. So like Needle Nose, Quake, all of that would get redone as the G1 versions. And Quake is the only one I've done before, but I'm not very happy with that model. So he'll get recolored based on the original toy as well, or retooled. For the Target Masters that have already existing toys that have just been retooled to have a Target Master port, so like Boar, Cut, Pot Rod, Scourge, those guys, they won't get anything, but their Target Masters will get unique molds or unique models. So Boar's Target Master will get done, same with like Hot Rod. Nightstick is the only one I remember for Cyclonus, so we get Nightstick out and stuff as well. Throttlebots, I've done them, I'm happy with them. I don't think they ever got recolored. So the only way we're getting new Throttlebots is if I get to like Titan's Return and do, I think it had a different name, but it was Chase. Pretty much just a recolor of Chase. Or not a recolor, a new toy for Chase with a new name. So if Hasbro makes new Throttlebots, I'll probably make new models for them. But that would be a while away. Triggerbots and Triggercons. I've done the Triggercons, but that's for like BotCon and IDW, so I haven't done the G1 versions. I'll be doing the G1 versions and the Triggerbots along with them at some point. And last, the Triple Changers. I've done all of the Triple Changers. Springer I'm happy with. I think the Autobots have more updated molds because they were newer. So they're better overall, but I'm still very happy with Astro Train, Blitzwing, and Octane. They're all quite good. I'll be probably doing any recolors they have. I know Astro Train and Blitzwing have a few. I don't think Octane has many. I know Sandstorm, I did his animation head when I did his model, so I'll be going back and doing the toy head at some point as well. And Broadside had an early animation model color scheme, so I'll be going back and doing that as well. But anyway, yeah, that's all of G1. Big episode to start with. Next time I'm probably going to have a look at some other toy lines that I've either mostly completed or completed. So like Euro G1, maybe Combiner Wars, Beast Wars is another one I'd love to look at. If you guys have any you'd like me to look at, leave it down in the comments. I'll see about getting to them. But I've recorded 34 minutes of this, and I already recorded about 40 minutes of it earlier without my mic on. So if you can't tell, my voice is starting to go. I was thinking about doing another one of these tonight and schedule one up for next week, but I think this will have to wait another day or two before I do any more voice recording. But that's all from me. If you have any toy lines you'd like me to look at, leave it down in the comments, and I'll see what I can do.